How about that? How about that? How about that? Everything we talk about, ill intent, violence, physicality, execution, the will to win. Just win, baby.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, nation? Ralf in the building, and welcome to another edition of Straight Outta Nation. No Chargers, no Chiefs, no Broncos, just Raiders, baby. And right now, we're going to wakening up the neighbors because it is almost 10 a.m. at the Eastern time, almost 7 a.m. at the Pacific time. So don't forget to subscribe to Capitán Rafucho on YouTube on his way to 2K subscribers. Also, don't forget to follow me on every social media. Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, TikTok. I'm on everywhere. Well, except where those you can find it now, but well. Also, I just wanted to make sure that I apologize for the technical issues that I just got over the last live stream that I just got over, like the Spanish play-by-play between Raiders versus Panthers. And then right now it feels like they're getting back in control right now. And I just wanted to make a special shout out to my big brother, Owen, who gave me like this amazing t-shirt, well, this chemise of LSU Tigers. Yes, I know this is a college football team, which is LSU Tigers, which I really loved it. So right now, let's get started right now because I know it's been like a while, but it seems that everything went to a disaster. Everything went to a disaster, and it became like a business decisions, but it didn't work right now. It didn't work. So it just kind of like they're really desperate to win. But at the same point between for Las Vegas Raiders versus Carolina Panthers, it seems that nothing really works. Nothing really works. So right now, let's see for the first topic, if you know what that means. All right, so what went wrong between Raiders versus Panthers? I know that before we talked about it, before the game between Las Vegas Raiders versus Carolina Panthers, we just see like, oh, this is going to be like really easy. But when Bryce Young get benched, it goes into the new one, well, which is a veteran, Andy Dalton, who's previously worked at the Chicago Bears. But it seems that things are really getting complicated. Really complicated. And I know it's going to be playing bad. So, between for this guy right now, which is Gardner Minshew, I'm going to tell for this one. So I'm going to sound off. Before starting throwing hate and opinions, here's like the details that I wanted to add. Because I'm not like a silent analyst who talking about they should cut the road and a two safety high to the end zone to make terrain more. Not that really wise. But I seem that guarding issue is not that mean in the moment. Neither does Luke gets it. Because when I was watching like the game, I watched the open wide, pause. Because they're gonna make watch him make the safe throws. It's just like really bad. Really bad. And some persons they said it before the season, they'll get it like a chance, but he's wearing that chance out. Between for AOC, Gardner Minshew, I mean, the better of the quarterback is still like the point, is still like the drama, but they should really feel about it. But also, let's give it like Antonio Pierce time. But for what? For the whole team? I mean, I know this is the first time being the head coach, but he's already on the soup. But I don't think it's gonna be ready, taking a lot of an important risk, because there's gonna be like a lots of checking back and forward in the field, not a whole calm and right progression. Because if that's gonna be like the case, I'll bet he doesn't have like the confidence that he puts on the online. His playing stability is a good X factor, but he's ditching like a very out of pocket, which is not really ostensible, but it's like keep running away, keep running away. But between for like Antonio Pierce, Luke Getzey, and Gardner Minshew, I mean, between from Gardner, why are they gonna keep you with him? Because if you remember Jimmy Garoppolo, well, besides for the short term of the Las Vegas Raiders, he was not very nice, not very good enough. Because if you remember the last time we just had Jimmy Garoppolo, which is almost there winning the Super Bowl against Kansas City Chiefs, but I guess this that changed it a lot. That changed like a lot for anyone. So basically it's gonna be like anything. But I don't really understand why they're gonna go with a younger guy, just like Aiden O'Connor. I mean, in the first place, he was obviously has more potential than upside. And we're not competing for the Super Bowl anyways that year, probably. But certainly the sooner he has a changer, the better, because we had some rough games with Aiden O'Connell. But the offense has been like unwatchable for like one quarter of the season. Mitchell runs into sacks, misses open guys, and throws like Jimmy G style hospital balls like crazy. But the toughest defense they come they're gonna face at the start of the season, because you might have a young guy that doesn't have very much in the way ability, athletic, one and only chill and learn. That will come for the mid-season push. If it's get demolished by the healthy Boston Mac, the top second this year, then they're gonna kill the confidence. I mean, let's just happen let the veteran backup hold down for like a minute, because he can take a beating. Bring the kid, light a fire, and win some games. That should be easy at all. That should be easy. If we're gonna be Cleveland, we're back right on track. But if they had somebody to rely on, the young guy or the veteran guy, I mean, quarterbacks we always sometimes lose games. No one has a perfect record, but it feels like everyone thinks on that game we just lost last year because AOC, and he did not really did a terrible situation. And when it comes to like the Chiefs game around for the Christmas, 100% things going wrong, but he didn't lose up the game. I mean, they have it the second time, but it's not gonna getting bench. because they need to be out there with it seems like it'd be like it's slightly better. Maybe it's not ability to run, but it definitely is ability to catch the blitz, throw for downfield. I mean, that should really happen. That should really happen. But it seems that Gardner Minshew and Nathan O'Connor, I mean, after for the whole drama of the quarterback battles, I mean, now they just realize who's got right, who's got wrong. But here's like another that he just went wrong about from the game. Our roster is bad because for the drafts. I mean, the true between for the game, Carolina Panthers versus Las Vegas Raiders, it totally shredded us because Malcolm Coombs and Devon Diablo were out. Max Crosby was basically shadow on himself. We had a lot of pressure, well, little pressure on the quarterback, and primary guy covering for the middle, it's was gone. I mean, the offense doesn't run block, and the play calling has fully yet realized that he isn't clicking on the run. But if our defense was rolling back up, then we don't have depth. I mean, the offensive struggles wouldn't have the biggest deal. Just how to find out how poor the roster as a key player is getting hurt. I mean, look at the defense. They're looking at the top of the roster, perfect. We are good, but every team has top end talent. But when it comes to depth through, good teams had studs, or soon could be like stops, backing up studs at the key positions. Because a roster should be like some stars making big dollars with quality backups, the rookie deals, and maybe free agency sprinkled underneath rice. And before the draft, I wasn't wrong about Chandler Jones. They made a lot of sense. And Devontae Adams is a great receiver. But once again, we're not going to trade him. And I've been seeing a lot of rumors to say, oh, they're going to trade it for another team. Go back to Aaron Rodgers, something like that. No. It's not going to be like it away. And I'm very tired to see to say, oh, Devontae Adams is just a diva. No, it's not like that. But we're in the receiver away for winning. It was so dumb to give it like in the first and second round to pick one. Combine all the reactions in the draft that ended up bust and the drafting positions we need. And that's why what it mostly sucked for over like 20 years. 20 years. I mean, if you see like everything about for the drafting, that should be good, but sometimes it went so bad. It went so bad. Because first and foremost, I was really pumped out that Tom Telesco was really cooking because there's no issue about like drafting quarterback. But it seems that the defense is coming first. I understand about for Tom Telesco's strategy. But if you see like at a lot of games during for the week number 3 of the NFL, including Cincinnati Bengals versus Washington Commanders, if you see Jaden Daniels was literally destroying the Cincinnati Bengals. That should be one of my options to get drafted. But it seems that is really over. It sounds like really over at all. But there has no creativity in it. No creativity. I mean, it took a look at the very different. Because it's not only about for the draft. They got a better to see like at one of those diamonds on the Ralf. I mean, quarterbacks on the chimney, like not because of the lack of talent, because of their online coaching between from Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. They could have picked it up for below market value. But if we can identify and pursue more underrated football players to come here and not have it like give it like Eli contrast for less than Eli free agents. I mean, Jones's Spillane, the pick says were crucial bargains that we have it a lot of for over the years because our facilities it should be helped. Honestly, this one of my biggest concerns right now. The idea of putting a mats on injury report and trading Adams, but I don't know if we can go for this one. I don't know, because it's never one thing. Bad drafts, bad free agents, bad coach signings, free agents who don't want to see where to go. It all adds up. But if we have some of the like very spots, that means it's over. That means it's over. But of course, there's like another thing that I would like to address, which is look at the playbook. I mean, it sounds like they just play like at a techno ball. What I just talking about, because I was really confused at all. But I mean, of between for the playbook, I mean, it sounds like they just really play up as the techno ball. You like the games? Well, the original video game. But I just wanted to tell her about it. His spacing on short stuff is questionable. But the defense stuff, I mean, pause, is actually like not that very good. Not that very good. If he has a guy through it, because everyone wants to blame Getz because he's just like a convenient scapegoat. But the real issue is the team doesn't have a quarterback worth a damn. I mean, it would work if Will Hardigree was still running the ball. I mean, it could happen. But they got to pass it to one, never lost the game. Quarterback running around the circles. I mean, they always pick around that. They always. But it seems that what are going to need it? Run, short screen, and punch, repeat. I mean, if the running play should be like an arrow between for the center and guard. And somehow, but they tried about for the playbook, and it's absolutely worse than that. It's worse than that. Because if I do like another playbook, I mean, better than Getsy, I just want to do that formation of fullback who will benefit Samir greatly. But it's not worth it at all. Not really worth it. Hey, how's it going, Afakasi? Salute to you. What's up, Capitan? One of my brothers of the Raiders World Order, because, well, I was watching the post game between Raiders versus Panthers, and to be honest, right now, I didn't feel very good right now because, well, after Falah lost, I mean, it doesn't have like a good mood. But salute to you, my brother Afakasi. I hope you're doing great. And I just wanted to mention about that tomorrow. Afakasi Raider and Nate, they're gonna have a show called Wake Up Nation, and probably I would do like that. But yep, I'll do like a special appearance on one of those shows. Yes. Thanks for tuning in. We're all not feeling too great at all. On to the next one. Yep. Probably might pull him out for like the show between Nate and Afakasi, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure about that. So let's continue about for the playbook of Look at See. I mean, it sounds like the playbook of Look at See, it seems like very childish. Yep, very childish. Because if both had agree doesn't get fired, that could happen. But between Faluk Getsi, it seems that there comes like a lot of disaster about that. Because he doesn't really hold out the ball because they're gonna make some life out of the offensive line, but it doesn't really justify about the disaster which just happened about for the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. I mean, it doesn't happen like it at all. Because I would never see like so many players playing this really bad right now between for the look Getsy playbook. And between for this right now, I mean, this is like a horrible signing for this one. Horrible. Very horrible that no one see that coming. Horrible. Horrible. And I'm not very talking about for like the quarterback room, also for the wide receiver room, the running back room, but Yes, we just see like at a lot of loss right now, but at the 3rd and 10, I mean, it gets like a screen pass 4 yards behind everything. I mean, it seems that the mobility is the always issue. It's always issue. Always issue. Because was there anything screen passes to Bowers? Because the guy who drafted to be like a stop playmakers, because he didn't have like a historical past 2 weeks into this position. But the tight end screen was Getsy favorite third and long play for negative yardage on Chicago. Chicago. And I know that I really understand about it. So it seems that they didn't understand about for the point. I mean, had the run play in 3rd and 7, White ran for 2 yards for the entire game. By the time he was going for run for 7. And we'll get to say, trust me, bro. But what I'm telling about for the look at say, are you fucking out of your mind? They're gonna make us to the Arkham Asylum. The runs to 3rd down, they're just stupid. But the most of the part, the Mitchell refused to throw it back to the line for the scrimmage on 3rd down. Maybe he was too short and doesn't have the arm. A place kind of similar to Bryce Young, where he was get out of the pocket because he can diagnose play inside for the pocket. Because if you remember last season, where we replaced our head coach, suddenly the team looked very competent. Remember just today when the Panthers replaced the quarterback, and suddenly their team looked very competent. I'm not saying we'll work, but sure things if don't turn around this week, we can replace our play caller and have this team look very competent. We're gonna see it's very atrocious. Very, but very atrocious. And I'm even gonna say about it. So after that, I was talking about what went wrong between Raiders versus Carolina Panthers. Let's just move on for this one. No Bryce Young. Here's Andy Dalton. Business decisions. So I know for a little thing right now because after that I was talking about for Bryce Young and Andy Dalton. Well, Andy Dalton, he became so much. Well, he destroyed a lot of defense. We got a lot of working on it. But when Antonio Pierce came out and say, let's make some business decisions. I mean, what business decisions? Is it going to be someone's going to fired? Someone's going to be putting out another decision? I mean, that gives like a lot of incognitos. Because whatever the Antonio Pierce said, they made business on the week-free loss to the Panthers. I mean, they just made like a decision where they get to establish the wrong. But no one can be dumb on the purpose when it comes up with the second half with absolutely not working all the day. Personally, they may look at a business decision because if there's a look at a week or everything, because it was against Carolina since they couldn't stop the run until they play us. We're just that bad. We think we could have handled our offense even though ours wasn't rolling, but they're wrong. They're wrong. I mean, the trap game was completely good. But it seems that this is something like a distraction. Whatever some guys that gave it like it after the game was pretty much handled much less and important than solving whether the game is put out of the hand. Because they just lost in the woods. It doesn't have an answer because it's gonna be like this way. 3 games and is already attacking players on playing. I mean, it doesn't seem like they have like a head coach for everything. But this is something that I was like pretty much to have to go for this one. So it seems that it feels like once it's gonna happen to the King Blame, I mean, that should be really enough. That should be really enough for this. I know it's gonna be like a gun up for somebody, but we're getting really tired for the talk. I mean, if they're gonna fix it, you're the head coach. But don't make it very personal. Don't make it personal for a thing. I mean, we're saying shit. I mean, this team is gonna be looking real different for another weeks. I mean, there's gonna be like a slow rebuilding, probably. But has ever Antonio Pierce taken on commentary so far as a head coach? Seems that everyone is gonna be like an excuse, or I'll stand by it. After the shitty clock management for game time decisions, after every loss, there was some shock or critique of the players. That should be blamed Lugetzi. I get that. Should be blamed for Antonio Pierce. That's like a 50-50. But it seems like it'll be hard to grow as head coach if you're gonna make any mistakes to learn from. I mean, good coaching is not blaming for the players after the loss, at least in public. So if you're gonna take the blame, if you're gonna move on, yeah, probably. Probably is gonna make it. But after once Kingsbury was not longer going to be like an offensive coordinator, we know that we're just fucked. But this is gonna be like really worst that I couldn't even imagine. Yep. I couldn't even imagine about that. Because I know it's gonna be like a trap game, but that was like very idiotic. But the people want to say we need to establish the run. It's pretty obvious. And they're only stubborn not to teach that I was like really sooner, but it seems like it doesn't make shocking, making shocking at all. But we've been seeing like it a lot. And for the other part, which is Andy Dalton, people just see a lot of Andy Dalton over the years as well, Cincinnati Bengals, Chicago Bears. That one ain't well because maybe it won't end as very badly as where they have a Bryce Young. I mean, not really a good or disastrously bad because the Dalton experience was literally destroying all the Las Vegas Raiders defense. Because if they know how to be reliable at the veteran quarterback instead of a rookie, then sounds making a decision. But they weren't just like really bad. It doesn't happen, and they're really honest. Because we just made like a remember the New England Patriots? We them look like a 2008 Patriots. It seems like getting blown the road games, but never get embarrassed and just outmatching home like that. It was really shocking to watch like it on matter of the minutes yesterday, but it seems like a business decision, but it seems like very risky. Very risky at all. But it seems that it doesn't really happen this couldn't know. Because if you're gonna go to stand on business, you gotta work it out. But they didn't hold back. Because they gotta make it as some business decisions about for like after a huge disaster. I mean, it was obviously when it comes to like the interception. He didn't get right away. He was running for the scrum, but that was not like a business decision. That was not. Because I always get word for the organization to make like the right call, which is to get all the players and the media crying for like elevate for like the interim coach with Freddie Kitchens. It was really fair to criticize, yeah, for the talent and the roster thought. I think, but don't be expected if they're gonna have like some serious decisions when it comes to like in another week against Cleveland Browns. Because right now, sure, really talking about for the Cleveland Browns because I just wanted to make like a preview on Friday or maybe on Thursday. Well, Thursday at night. Well, before the game between Dallas Cowboys versus New York Giants, which is like an old classic rivalry. But it seems that it could have been really changed it at all. Really changed it at all, but it seems that it came like a perfect decision, but it doesn't really work. Because if we need to do bury something, we had to do about it. We had to do. We had to do. So this is gonna be like really bad decisions that we're just getting for. But I know my telephone is ringing right now, but it seems that I know it's a fantasy football league, but hey, we don't know about that. But if we need to get something better, the playbook and Luke Getsy, he needs to get like very demolished. If they need to play more aggressive, they have to think well. They had to think very, very, very well. Because I understand we just got demolished. We just got demolished. But it seems that if we got a lot of hope of this, that we should be like everything. We should be like everything. For Castigator to say I'm 2-1, my one and my only fantasy league. Yeah, I know because I have like I have 3 fantasy football leagues, but I'm not gonna tell for this one. But I got 3 fantasy football leagues, but I just got like, well, one of them is 2-1, and the rest is 1-2. So I just got 1 win and 2 losses in 2 leagues, and 1 league that I just got 2-1. Well, 2 wins and 1 losses. So there you have it. And before that, I just wanted to shut it down right now because this is the wake up edition, which is wanted to review between Carolina Panthers versus Las Vegas Raiders in the week 3 at the Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas. And this is going to be really completely at all. But it seems that I know that I'm a Raiders content creator, but it seems that, well, it's going to be like very catchy. But some of the weirdest content creators, they just made like a great points. Some of them had bad points, but if you guys remember there was one guy that I would like to mention, which is that Star Report, that's known as the Dumbass Star Report or Douchebag Star Report. Yeah, even that I'm not very well calling out for people, but but if you know those guys that are between for like the Douchebag Star Report, I mean, who the hell is gonna talk it about for like over 4 hours? 4 hours and being calling out for some persons without sense. I mean, because let me tell you for this one, because this is one exactly that I just wanted to put on point. Because some of those shows that I just got it feels like, well, between 30 minutes, 1 hour, or maybe 1 hour and 30 minutes if I had guests, 2 hours, 3 hours, but it depends for like the play-by-plays and everything. But that dude, which is the Douchebag Star Report, I mean, getting talk with 4 hours, I mean, it's something like very boring at all. Very boring at all. And thank God I didn't subscribe to him because I know he's on cloud, like I know he's in the rainbow, but he always talking about like the private parts or something like that. And there is like one guy that I really love him. I mean, there is one guy which is the Go 209, which is Josh. And I know that I've been talk with him and like several times, even though that's like a part of the business because I have the Go 209 in one of my shows on one of my podcasts before the change of the name, along with MC Raider, Power Raider. I'm doing like a special Super Bowl and talking about for the Raider Nation, the impact and everything. And that guy, the Go 209, he just went really hard on the Douchebag Star Report. His name is Dustin. And I was like, oh my God. But listen, folks, even though that I'm not very part of the beef, but I guarantee that the Douchebag Star Report, it doesn't seem like a great choice to watch it. And I know that I have so many like content creators that I really support right now, but it seems that, well, I guarantee that I had mad love and respect for some of these content creators. Is a get him, Rafa. Hey, how's it going, my dear friend, my good brother, the West Side Earn? How's it going, my friend? How's it going, my brother? Salute to you. Salute to you, West Side. Uh, because I was watching between West Side Media and the Raider Critique because they don't drink the Kool-Aid. They don't drink the coppery Kool-Aid, and those guys have really great points at all. But let me tell you for this one, because before I had to shut this down. I know there's some content creators, they have great points because they have great insights. And some of the content creators that just went to the stadium to see one of those players, everything, everything goes for the Red Sox. But there are some content creators that doesn't have like very great knowledge. For example, I mean, there is one which is the douchebag star report. I mean, it doesn't seem like they have like the football knowledge. And I know it's gonna be like veteran, but you better stop brushing your teeth with crack. Oh my goodness. I mean, man, I just went so hard right now. But even though that I'm became like a greatest content creator, I know I have my points. I know that I have my points, and I'm not even crazy about it. Some some of the points are right, some of the points are wrong, but I have a great feeling that there's nothing can really stop me. I know there are some haters, trolls, and some persons who wants to backstabbing at me. I mean, if they just wanted to destroy me. But here's one thing, because I'm still standing. I'm still standing for the lovely gods. Because I know that I had to planify all the schedule between work, family, all the kinds of other issues right now, but it seems that it just really happened at all. Really happened at all for the during life. But I will tell you for this one, this could be like a make it or break it. And I know it seems like very right, but guess what? I have mad love and respect for all these content creators. For example, my brother Afakasi, Raider Joe, Auntie Sid Soldier, who completely blastering it off. Because what I just saw Auntie Sid's blastering the Nightmare Cortez and like Ozzy. I mean, that sounds like really happened because what I just love the segments of between put it in the bathroom. I mean, oh my god, that sounds very great. And also, I got so much respect for the Raider Critique, West Side Media. Also, there's Raider Band, Not a Raider Nate, Pistol, Jack Bauer, the whole group of Just Swim Baby podcast. I know that I just got it. And it seems that because they just brought like great points, hardcore sports, everything, because they just went for a big perspective as a diehard fan and as a great knowledge. Is the Alpha Casa, they say, we appreciate your support, Rafa, but it's not your beef, brother. Yeah, I know that you really support me since the day one that I was training up, but yes, I just wanted to tell you. There you go. RW for life. So I'm gonna shut this down right now. So make sure to subscribe to Rafael Chassin as known as El Capitán Rafucho on YouTube on his way to 2K subscribers. Also, you can follow me on every social media on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble. I'm on everywhere. And for the lovely God, I just wanted to tell you about this. Make sure to have a great morning. Make sure to have a great day. And don't let the haters consume you. Don't let the haters consume you. So if one of those fans bugging you, if you're a Raider fan, just like do like this. Put the middle finger and just say Raiders, bitch. And I'm gonna take care right now. So thanks a lot. And of course, make sure to watch the podcast, The Combat Club, which is today at 6:30 p.m. at Eastern Time, 3:30 p.m., which is when I'm talking about for like UFC, boxing, and everything. And of course, make sure on this Sunday, I'm going to have a Spanish play-by-play between Las Vegas Raiders versus Cleveland Browns. So, by the way, folks, have a great day. Have a great morning. See you there. Peace out. And just like Al Davis say, just win, baby.